Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. My name is Sarah Delacondro and I'm a real estate agent in Eastern Mass. I work with buyers, sellers, builders, investors, you name it, with all of their real estate needs. So if you are looking to make a move in the next 6 to 12, 24 months, get in touch with me. I am happy to help you out, even if it's just asking questions. I always tell people it's never too early to start the conversation. My predictions for 2026. Let's talk about it. I'm going to make this quick and dirty and to the point. Is the real estate market going to crash? No. You may hear headlines of everyone's leaving Florida, or Massachusetts is, Taxachusetts, and everyone's leaving Massachusetts, or everyone's leaving California. And that might be true in Florida and California. I don't know because I don't work in those areas. But as far as Eastern Massachusetts go, the real estate market is still very strong. And yes, Massachusetts does have high taxes. That will be an idea for another video. But in this video here, we're talking predictions. So even though people in Massachusetts do complain about high taxes, myself being one of them, this is still a very attractive place to live. We have great schools, we have great hospitals, we have a great city. Boston is very safe. We also have a rich history in our sports teams. Come on, who can beat our sports teams? Massachusetts is still a very attractive place to live. We still have a healthy job market, and homes, even though they are on the pricey side in Eastern Massachusetts, you do get a lot of bang for your buck. So no, homes are not going to go down in value. Will home values spike like they've done in recent years? No. I think we're going to have a much more gradual increase in home values. I do believe homes will increase in price. They do so every year, and there is nothing that indicates that that's going to change. I do think it's going to be a much more gradual increase in price, perhaps even flat during some months, but I certainly do not believe, and I say this with a lot of confidence, home prices are not going to drop in Eastern Massachusetts. Will interest rates change very much? No. Will they drop down to the fives? Maybe, depending. Maybe if you're getting a 5-year ARM or a 7-year ARM or something like that, depending on your terms, you could get it into the fives. Will interest rates jump to the sevens? Probably not. Again, that depends on your credit and things like that. But for the most part, interest rates are going to stay within that 6% range. It might be 6.1 up to 6.7 or 6.8, but it's going to stay within that 6-point range, which is the actual average. If you look back historically, from the 70s and 80s up until now, the average interest rate for a 30-year loan is right around 6.5%, which is a good interest rate. So I think that interest rates are going to stay in the sixes. I think that home values are going to go up ever so gradually. No more spikes that we saw, at the beginning of the 2020s. Those crazy days are gone. Best time to put your home on the market in 2026. Really, anytime. Again, people come and go all year long. There used to be a time when, real estate really had like a seasonality to it. Not so much anymore. People are much more transient than they ever were before. People move because of jobs. People move because family dynamics change, family situations change. And, that typically doesn't happen during one time a year or another time a year. It happens throughout the year. Spring is still the busiest time, but fall, we've seen some pretty busy fall markets, and I don't think that's going to change. When it comes to real estate, January kind of kicks off the spring market. Once you get into February, you are in spring market full swing. So if you're thinking of putting your home on the market and you're like, oh, I still have like months to go before the weather gets warm. Not exactly so. Prepping a home for sale almost always takes longer than you anticipate it to take. Will this market bring multiple offers? All depends on where you're looking to buy and if the home if the price range you're looking for is either entry level or in that sweet spot. Homes that are on the upper end of home prices in a particular town tend to take longer to sell for obvious reasons. Homes that are in that entry level usually get scooped up. So if you're looking at an entry level price, you really need to be on top of things when looking for a home. Also, that sweet spot, whatever that sweet spot is for that town. Will homes get scooped up in 2 days? Well, just like how I said, it depends on that previous question. Same answer, it depends. If you're looking in that sweet spot and entry level, yeah, you absolutely could. So if you want to avoid that, then start looking right before things heat up, which would be now. Are homes going to sell for above ask? Well, just like I said before, it depends. If you're in that entry level or in that sweet spot, that could absolutely happen. One way to avoid that happening is to work with a real estate agent who can kind of get a heads up on homes before they come on the market, who can navigate negotiating for you, and who can be creative when it comes to putting an offer together. All right, that is my quick and dirty predictions for 2026. If you're interested in learning more about the real estate market, perhaps you're thinking of moving to Massachusetts, or you already live in Massachusetts and you need to buy or sell, certainly reach out to me. I'm happy to help. And if you're thinking of moving outside of Massachusetts, or you're moving to Western Mass or the Cape, and even though I don't work in those areas, we have a very broad network of agents that we work with. So I'm very happy to connect you with a top-notch agent in that market. And if you found this video interesting, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And if you'd like to learn more about the real estate market in Massachusetts, go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 followers come July. The more followers I get, the more my videos get pushed out and the more I can help buyers and sellers in the state. So thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you again soon.